Yo, what's up? This is the Battle Blaster this morning. How you guys doing? Sorry that it took me a few days to come up with part two to this Fox Soul fiasco, but I got a little sidetracked, and the night that I posted part one, the upload took like forever, and I fell asleep. So I'm sorry about that, and I'm sorry about the camera cut out because I was running out of time. So what I'm going to try my best to do today, this morning before I go to work, is I'm going to go ahead and go through this with you guys. I'm going to do my best to not trying to rant. I'm just going to try to break down some things and show you some things. So this way we can get through this. I'm still going to do my Kylie Irving and Kanye West lynching video. There's so much stuff to unpack. It's just so much to go through in that. So we're going to take care of this first, and probably tonight when I feel a little bit better, because lately I've been really tired and beat, and when I get home I just want to come home and go to sleep lately. Haven't been feeling good. So let's get into this Cocktails with the Queens, and we'll let you get down on it. We'll show you what we're doing. Alright.
Now is a legendary rapper and film producer who is making headlines not only for his music but his involvement with policy and politics. Please, everybody, welcome Ice Cube. Hello, sir.
Hey, what's up? How y'all doing?
Hey, you.
Yo, what's up? What's up, Lisa Ray? How you doing?
I'm great. I'm great. Thank you.
Good. How's everybody doing?
Bless.
Good.
And we're also very appreciative of you taking the time to come talk to us here. I know.
Real quick, y'all, let y'all see something. I'm not gonna say everybody on there, but 3 of the 4 women are in their feelings already. Claudia, Vivica, and the girl all the way to what you would perceive your right or your left, whichever way you want to look at it. If you looking straight ahead, to be on your right. I forgot her name. They a bunch of jackals, but check it out. I want y'all to get into this.
Someone's trying to get a piece of you and talk to you and have you on that platform, so we definitely appreciate that. So thank you. I want to ask you just out the gate how you're doing. You know, how have you been coping with the pandemic, the civil unrest? I mean, Black people have always been through trying times, but it's a little extra right now on top of our regular stress. We got another layer on top. You know, we got 10 on 20 right now. So how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Real quick, remember she said as Black people, we. Remember, she says as Black people, we. Remember that.
The pandemic, it hit everybody and caught everybody off guard. Thank God for D-Nice, who started spinning them records, man, and kept people just, kind of, you kept our sanity, you know what I'm saying? And then the thing with George Floyd happened, which shook everybody to our core. When you hear a man, scream for his mama, I think everybody in the world felt that. So, everything switched reels for me, and I just been on this quest trying to get us true equality, not just equality on, social issues, but economic equality, which is, just as important.
Well, let's just jump right in then, Q, because I have been, looking at some of the bites from your interview. You did an interview with Roland Martin, which helped me, I want to say, because I will say that when I first heard that you were supporting Trump, I was like, wait a minute, what? Hold on, because you my boy. So I was like, I got a person inside. I'm calling him correctly.
I didn't say I was supporting Trump. So
alleged, right? That's what I heard. That's what the bite, the sound bite. That's why people got to do their research. And I watched that interview, and I heard you break it down to why you were involved, why you met with both sides, and when you got involved, which was not just recently. And so when I said, what contract was he talking about, this contract with Black America? Like, what is that? Where did it come from? I did not know. So when I think of things that I don't know, I automatically assume that a whole lot of people out there don't know. So I would want you to educate me as well. So what did make you go to the administration and speak with them?
Well, what happened was, there was a lot of yelling, a lot of people upset, a lot of reforms being put on the table during George Floyd. But I was looking around for a document that really was speaking on what's the needs in the community and what do we need across the board, not just from government, but from the private sector too. Because there's a lot of companies that are involved in our pain, and they got to pay up too. They owe us reparations as well in some shape or form. So it was nothing. I was looking around. I'm like, damn, where is the document? Where is the ask? What are we asking for as a people across the board that deals with not only police brutality, but all our needs? So I started working on it myself with, some smart people I know. We end up getting, economists involved, people like Derek Hamilton. We started to go and just find the smartest minds to help try to put a document together so we can actually have something to say, damn, all this is things we need. This is so anybody Black could look at our document and say, yeah, support this, support, some of the things that we have. Now, I'm not a politician, and I shouldn't be the one to have to put this thing together. We've had politicians in place for a long time, and they haven't come up with something like this. So I was surprised, but that didn't stop me. And we put that together July 1st, and we revamped it about...
You hear what he's saying? He said that, they have, we have politicians, Black politicians in place. That's what you call Black faces in high places. You know what I mean? I just wanted to put that out there for y'all. That means Black people, they look like us, and at times they sound like us, but if you really listen close enough, they have a battery in their back. You know what I mean? They're working for their puppet masters, which are the white elite, the white people that they work with, like a Clyburn and what's the other lady name? The one from Oakland, Auntie Maxine, they call her, Maxine Waters. You know what I mean? These are the people who, these are just some of the people. I'm just going to name just a couple, just those two, that say that they're for the Black people. But if you look at a lot of their policies, they do for everyone else except for us. And on top of it, when they start asking them about reparations, they start cussing Black people out. So this should teach all of us. If you're not working for us, you're not saying anything for us. And then on top of it, let's put this. Let me finish this off first. If you're not saying or doing anything for us, we don't need you in there. And this should also help us to vet who we want in there. And when we get people in there that look like us, we have to support them. We have to support them with our money and all types of resources we can. If we can support the Asian man with his business, we can support the white man with their businesses, such as Chinese food, weave, and shit like that, and Nikes and all types of high-priced bullshit. We can support our own and get them to do something for us. They don't need to go to the white man to get support. We should be the one supporting them. But back to the show.
Let me get the timeline here. We revamped it July 19th. And from then, people wanted to interview me about it. So I went on just promoting the contract with Black America, hoping to be contacted by any of the politicians saying, this is a great idea. Everybody that I would show to say, oh, these are great ideas. This is common sense. This is things that should be in place already, but they're not. So I was just kind of saying, okay,
initiative.
Yeah, starting an initiative, and I'll make a long story short. I was just going up, basically saying, okay, we're going to go after the private sector. We're going to go after the banks. We're going to go after Hollywood. We're going to go after the people that we know got their hands in the cookie jar. You know what I mean? So then we started to get contacted from the Democrats on September 8th. And then we started talking to them. Then we got contacted by the Republicans. So that's when the ball started rolling then. So it's not just like I just jumped into anything. I mean, I just did the contract, and then people started to contact me, not the other way around. I was hoping the Democrats would be all over me. But, you know, that wasn't the case. And I understand. It wasn't like I was throwing a fit. I just was like, okay, we're going at the private sector. And then the Republicans contacted me. And to me, if you're speaking for black people, you should speak to whoever is in power or about to be in power.
And I think you had a statistic, you said something about there has been 7,000 black people elected, and you felt like, in offices for us, and you felt like they ain't made a change. We have not come far at all with 7,000 of us in there. What are we going to do? Who is going to take this and say, okay, I'll be in the front line of this, and then get in the front line and have everybody come on board with you? Because let's be honest, you are Ice Cube and you do have a huge platform. So I would say that for me to know that you've been using your platform to be able to have an initiative like that, I think it's worth you doing the interviews that you're doing and letting everybody know and hear your voice on the
I
line.
just want to jump in and say, I just don't think it's that fair to the 7,000 of black elected officials that have been in office.
Right, to say that they've done nothing.
Yeah, because I think that is, I think that's a slippery slope to walk down, because as we saw with
A lot of progress has been made.
it's not as simple as you get elected and bam, you can make all these changes one man.
Right.
And here we go. Here's where the shit show starts. It starts with the three cackling hens on top. Claudia, Vivica, and the other girl. I think it's just those two first, because they needed something to argue with. This is why I said Fox Soul, is a black man bashing, keeping the black women and the black men apart. Network. It's more black women led shows on there. And I'm not mad at the black women for having it, but it's a reason why they have it. Because they're going to keep the bullshit going. They're going to keep the separation between the man and the woman going in this country. So just listen to them. Check them out. Because now she's talking about, no, but they did some work. They did something. Yeah, they did something for themselves. They've done stuff for other people. That's the only thing that they ever did, or they keep doing. They do stuff good for other people. When it comes to us, nope.
I never said that 7,000 people, black people, have never did anything. I said that since the 60s, there's been over 7,000 black politicians elected in prominent positions, and our situation, you know, as far as the wealth gap hasn't changed. We've flatlined from the 60s to now. We have not gained or closed the wealth gap. So that's the major problem. I understand we got a lot of people, you know, working hard for progress, that just the facts are it hasn't happened in the traditional way. So that's why I want to break the mold.
So I just want to say, first of all, you know, there's this whole cancel culture that we have. First of all, anybody canceling no damn Ice Cube. Let me just say that first out the gate. This is NWA.
Thank you.
He was the first to say fuck the police, so go sit down. Nobody's canceling Ice Cube, and if you are canceling him, that's fucking stupid. Second of all, I do think that it is very good that you are taking an initiative to, and I like how you say bipartisan, because that.
What a fucking lady. You hear this motherfucking this knit wool hat head wearing heifer, everything trying to be down. You know, fuck the police. What a fucking lady. But like I said, listen to her, because she's gonna make a very two-sided type of rhetoric, and I want you to listen closely.
That means both parties. This is for both parties. We want both parties to jump onto this. This is not just, oh, this person, that person. We want everybody to grab a hold on to what African American people need singularly. And I remember we talked about this on Cocktails. Remember, Lisa Ray, when you asked the question before, you were like, well, who's going to do something? Who's going to lead singularly for African Americans? Now, I do know that there have been tons of initiatives. CBC has initiatives all the time, Congressional Black Caucus, the Nation of Islam, right here, National Agenda. They've had an entire agenda that happened right after the Million Man March. It was presented to, what's the name? The president that was in, what's the name? Clinton. It was presented to the Clinton administration. So we have tried. There has been trying going on. But one thing I do like about your initiative is that it is singular to Black people. That gap, that wealth gap is a fool, and it does need to be fixed immediately. But here's my question. I watched you on the Black Report the other day, on Friday, and they asked you, hey, Q, what do you think about, when you see the Black Man March, and how does that make you feel? And you said something that was really profound and stood out to me. You said, you know what? I wish that Black people and Black men could watch this over again and get back to this, because you said, even myself, we need to get back to this type of unity, this type of connecting. And so my thing is, let's say whoever get in office, it ain't gonna matter. The initiative is set, and then it's like nothing's happening, or something is happening, or whatever, it's there. Now, well, let's say they give us all the $500 billion that we asked for. Do you honestly think, and I'm not even trying to be funny or trying to catch nobody up or nothing, I'm just asking like a real question. With the state of how our community is already broken, how we already have PTSD, how we already are not connecting already interculturally, the infrastructure of African Americans in general is just jammed up, with or without money. Do you think, and what could be the process of, once we get this money, of implementing it properly into our communities and really being able to allocate it where it makes sense and matters, and what's going to be necessary for that to happen?
Well, what I said on the show about the Million Man March was the fact that it was the Million Man March, but it was a day of atonement. It was a day where we were gonna bury the hatchet with each other. It was the day when we were supposed to go back to our neighborhood kind of as new people and try to, make things better. And, it just didn't happen the way, we all envisioned it, but that don't mean we can't start. We do need financial help in our communities, but we also gotta make a commitment to ourselves to clean up ourselves. It do start with the person in the mirror. You can't deal with the white man out here until you deal with the white man in there. You see what I mean? So you have to clean up. We have to clean up ourselves. We've been poisoned by this society. We've been poisoned by trying to live like the people who've had us oppressed, and what they are attracted to, we're attracted to. We got to come out of that. We got to be our own people with our own flavor, our own style, our own morals, and we got to flip it. I'm not Mr. Holy, I'm guilty of it too. So it's something we all have to start doing to clean ourselves up. But I think the key is to try to get the money in the hands of people who are doing things, who are trying to be on the right side, the progressive people, the people who are business owners, people who want to own homes, people who want to beautify their homes so it isn't just gentrified, so it's things where we can get money into responsible people's hands, and hopefully they'll hire the community to teach the community. They'll use the community to hopefully clean the community up. You know, I also think the government has a job too. You know, why you use the armies just to come in and put guns on us and make sure we're not protesting? Why you don't use the armies to come fix fences and roofs and paint walls and do things to beautify the neighborhood? You know, it's like they got to rethink how government works for the people, and they're not going to do it using the same old ways. You're going to have to push them. You're going to have to find pressure points, and you're going to have to use leverage when it's time. You know,
I just got
everybody
to make
said,
a quick statement, though, Q.
go ahead.
If the administration,
And just for one quick note, the government came after black people during the Million Man. But I ain't gonna say they came after them, but they said during the Million Man March there was tanks and all that stuff and all types of military out there and police. Now, a friend of mine, he went there. He told me the truth about that. He said that they were watching them. They were all around them. But when January 6th came around, there was no military. There was no nothing. All there was Capitol Police, and they were told to stand down. So you can see there's two different Americas. All right. So just getting back into it. And wait a minute, she about to say something stupid. So let's just put her on there. I think I'm gonna speed this up a little bit because also. I'm running out of time. I'm at 21 minutes, and the good part is a little further up ahead. So
that is in there right now, hasn't done it for the past 3.5 years. What do you think is going to make them start in the next 4 years that they are given more and are given more during a pandemic? I know you got to take a break, hold that thought, but I just got to ask that and make that statement because you can't make them all of that, and they've been there for 3.5 years. So
Yeah, I ain't trying to make them do nothing. So
we need them to do something if we're going to trust them to do it.
Hold on, guys. We got to take a quick break.
Okay.
I definitely want to talk about that. I definitely want to talk about Q. You hit on some very, very good points about the military, but this current administration is using the military to enforce their own agenda, and we want to talk about that. So let's take a quick break. A lot of gems are being dropped here. We'll be back with more Cocktails with the Queens when we return after this break. Welcome back.
Hot turkey is back at Wawa. Try the Wawa Gobbler Hoagie or Bowl for a limited time. Gotta have Wawa.
shit.
Welcome back to